Hello, welcome back. We got our research to 5. We do lots of cool stuff now. Cascades, and Astral Geyser, and Shadow Blast. I haven't scripted any of those yet, but I will. Gonna keep going up Evocation, not doing much research at the moment though. And then we spied Agartha attacking Calum, and then we attack Calum, so it's not a fun turn for Calum. I'll just watch some of Agartha's stuff. I haven't watched these yet. So we've got a big group of just heavy infantry. I assume these guys aren't going to take much damage. 8 encumbrance. That's the first one. 3 losses. We have Sarin Forest, more heavy infantry. Wolverine is a bit more interesting. This is an actual kind of fort-breaking army. Some Magma Children already, got some Living Mercuries. Oracle of the Ancients. Bunch of Shard Guards. Shard Guards in front. Bless is, wow. Shock Res, Poison Res, Fire Res, Cold Res, Undying, Strength, Larger, and Combat Farcaster. So yeah, they've got Blade Wind already. Pretty scary army. Let's head it towards Shambhalak. And then we attacked our provinces as well. We took Delca. Grillian's pretty funny. No, not Grillian. Which one is it? Giant's Rest? Giant's Rest is pretty funny. So we head in. My priest gets hit by an arrow though, unfortunately. And runs away. So in Giant's Rest, we had no losses. We got 7 kills, but we routed, unfortunately. Besides that, though, everything was fine. We took Berman Highs. There was no PD there. There was Delca that we moved in with some Skellies. Grillians with the whites. You just check out the whites. These guys are cool. I do like watching them. The Chill Area are probably not going to be as useful against Calum, but the Cold Res will be. Rim Mountains, we got a High Priest and a bunch of Militia, and we lost our Scout on Calum again. Yeah, so we just got an event that gave us High Priest and 43 Militia. Great, just what we needed. So here's how the map looks now. Looks like Calum has completely sacked this territory instantly. He must have known he was going to get attacked. Defended Sulfuria though. Interesting one. So we took Grillian, Berman, and Delca this turn, and bounced off a Giant's Rest, unfortunately. But he defended Sulfuria. I wonder if there's anything special about this province. Either way, that's it for messages, and yeah, this turn just continuing to push in. This pass here between Black Alps and Berman Highs is open. So the big mega stack here is just moving straight into Berman Highs this turn, so it'll be adjacent to his cap. That's going to force some kind of response. Either he pulls everything in to defend Calum against this, or he says, well, I'm definitely out, so I'm just going to raid you. So this is how they're going to become very defensive or very aggressive next turn, I think. So we'll see. But joining the stack is my Prophet, who's been given a bunch of gear. So he's got 13 protection now and a shield. Not as vulnerable. Also got some boots of long stride, so he can move there quite easily. At the moment, he's just scripted to do Power of the Sepulchre, which gives movement speed and attack skill to all the undead on the battlefield, which is pretty sick. Fanaticism, which is Summon of Courage for everything on the battlefield. And then just spams Apostasy. Nothing more complex than that just yet. These guys that bounced off Giant's Rest have now met up with the guys with the Javelins, the Velites. They're all going to merge up with the Skeletons and the Whites that are just going to sit in Grillian for a turn. I just want to see what this stack does. I also don't know if Agartha is going to take these things or not. So I'm just going to sit here for now. And like I said, when this giant stack lands in Berman Highs, it'll tell us how Calum's going to play this. Because he might become very aggressive once he sees this. He might just decide he's out. So we'll see. Over here, I've got the Long-Dead Horseman and the Skellies who took Delca. I'm going to try and take this province. It's got some weird stuff in it. There's Horned Serpents and Lamias, and also a Lamia Queen. So I'm moving a couple of other bits and pieces from this little fort as well. A couple of mages, a few more skeletons. I scripted to do Unholy Power, then Frighten, then Netherbolt. We'll throw that at these guys. They'll join up with all the other skeletons that's already here. Hopefully that's sufficient to kill a bunch of Lamia and Horned Serpents. I mean, Lamias drain life and Horned Serpents do poison, and I think our skeletons are immune to both of those things, so I would guess it goes fine, but we'll see. But that puts a nice little group of raiders kind of beyond this point, so we can take some of this stuff. Give Calum turtles, which would be quite nice. Other than that, Lost Canyon Range is being upgraded to a fortress now. Still doing limited recruitment, but I'm getting units in all my forts, and there's a mage in Mighty Pillars, a priest in Bedine, and this guy's been paid for already in my cap. I think... Oh no, this has been paid for already. We paid for another Grand Thaumaturg this turn as well, that's okay then. This fort is going to be finished this month as well. So we'll have all of our infrastructure almost finished off. We just need a lab and a temple here, and then an upgrade here as well. And we don't have to worry about buildings for a while. We can just concentrate on mages, on units, and then just put down temples as luxuries. And hopefully we take some good provinces in this region too. Brilliant is about 100 income province. Bermenhuis is about a 40 income province. Delca's about a 70 income province. They're not bad. We'll keep pushing in. Calum would be the prize, but we'll see if we can get that. But for now, that is the turn. I have been keeping an eye on this little Cassian stack. It does look like it's moving south. I wonder if Cassia is about to invade Shinu. I've got my scouts kind of converging around here to see what happens. He might just be trying to take this throne, I suppose. I don't think anyone has this yet. It's also possible. But that's turn 28, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. Lots of battles we either had or spied this turn. First of all, we found a magic site, Mooncatch Lake. I think that was a pearl and, yes, a water gem. That's a pretty nice one. Surprising to find a lake in Barnquiche. We've also got a Shambler Reef here. It's a wasteland with 2 water sites. It never sits right with me when wastelands have lots of water sites. One of those things, it's like how forests should always have nature sites in my mind. That's never the case. Spied some battles then. First of all, we saw Agartha taking into the province, and also Shambhalak as well, but not much defense over there. So not much to see. Calum then walked into the province that my mega stack snuck into. So there's quite a few units. It's about, I think it was about 60 units. Plus some barbs. So we get to see how our 700 plus unit army stacks up against a couple of flying guys. Spoilers, we win this battle. The netherbolts are really cool. They do just delete squares of units when they hit. They do sometimes hit our own stuff though. But these barbs just vanish. It's pretty cool. But then also a square of Triarius vanishes. It's not quite as cool. I think we might have killed more of our own troops than enemy troops. I mean, we might need accuracy to use this spell effectively. But it's cool. So there we go, we lost 16 things. I think we killed about 10 of those. But we killed 60 units. 30 Storm Guards, 15 Iceclad, 18 Iceclads, 22 Barbarians. That might be half his army, because he looks very small on the map now. We also attacked Edirol. So, this is an interesting one. So it has the Lamias and the Horned Serpents. You may notice a Battlefield enchantment is active already. This is a JBBM game. So Howl is renamed Redolent Howl, and it's much later in the spellbook. I think it's harder to cast as well. And then there's a lower version of Howl that's just called Howl. It's just like it just summons a few wolves from the edge of the battlefield, so you can cast it over and over. Because Howl's a very powerful spell, so this basically, it gives you a lesser version of Howl, and then there's like a big version that later on, which is the Howl you're used to seeing, which is the regular battlefield enchantment. The reason this is up instantly is because someone in this battle has Fenrir's Pelt, which is an artifact. Is it you that has it? No. Someone in front. Oh, this berserking lady here. So she has Fenrir's Pelt. So that's a really cool thing to find if she drops it. Because it would be really nice to have Howl up. Although at the moment I am looking around the battlefield and not seeing any wolves spawning. So I do wonder if perhaps it's bugged in JBBM. I might have to test this out later. It's definitely not producing wolves though. So something has gone wrong here. Might have to check the might have to check the mod file and see if something's broken. This is a mod merge, so it's not just JBBM, it's also Cassia. And the process of merging might have broken something as well. But either way, we take this province with no problems. And we do in fact get the Fenrir's Pelt as well, so that's a construction 8 artifact that autocasts Howl that we now have, which is really cool. If it works, I'm gonna check and see if it's broken. We might be able to fix the DM file though while the game's in progress, which would be nice. Anyway, but we have it, and we took the province. What can we recruit here out of interest? Oh, lizards. That's actually really cool. Damn, I'm glad I checked that. So lizards would be sick for us because we're a communion nation. So if you can propagate nature spells for a communion, that's always great. It's regen and stuff like that. These guys have 13 hit points, so they're really good communion slaves too. That's a sick province to pick up. Nice. Hopefully we can hold this. We should be able to as well. It's pretty defensible if we get all this territory. So that's battles. Events then. Impassable Mountains, we got 3 Dominion. Lost our scout on Calum, so you see there's nothing patrolling there at the moment. Just the PD. Finish the Palisades, and that's it for messages. So a few little things happening this turn, and then continuing the push. First up in Rim Mountains, we recruited a Jade Sorceress this turn who's N2. There's only a 25% chance of that happening, I think. Or no, I think it's a pick, right? Yeah, it's a 25% pick, so it's a 25% chance of a 25% chance. That's really lucky. So we have ourselves an N2 mage. I'm going to send her to Oak Halls and search. This is the site with the Holy Force site. I think that there's a Holy Force site that's nature. So an N2 searching there seems like a good idea. We'll see if we find something. That'd be nice. Also really cool just to have an N2. We wouldn't get one of those any other way. Next up, I'm sending a new squad of patrollers out to patrol Bankish. Still don't have some patrollers in some of my forts, but I'm going to keep expanding the patrols we have around our borders. So the next 2 provinces I want patrollers in are Delca and Enderall. And we'll try and lab and temple Enderall as a priority as well, now that I know we can get lizards there. Pretty cool. And recruitment is still basically the same. We are upgrading Lost Canyon to a fortress this month, so next month we'll be able to get mages for 1 turn of recruitment. Just getting the last 2 priests at the moment. And I'm getting a temple down in Impassable Mountains. So we've got a Palisades here now. This will be the last place we get fort stuff done. And then Enderall becomes a priority for buildings. So that leaves the front then with Calum. So we have lots of... you can see how small Calum looks now. Can't see the stack that was in Sulfuria. It might have taken this. Was this Agartha's last turn? So this looks pretty safe to move into at the moment. So the big stack in Berman High is not changing anything. I was wondering if I should do this as a communion. Just have a bunch of guys spamming the big death spell. I don't know, it seems pretty good like this though. Netherbolt is a really cool one if you've got lots of people spamming it. It's AoE 1. 15 fatigue as well. It's really spammy, even if they're just low-level mages like this. So for the time being, I'm not bothering putting together a communion. I'm just having them all just spam nether bolts. It seems fine. Especially since we look massive relative to Calum, so we'll probably win just by virtue of troops. So I'm just going to move on to Calum and sit on it. We might storm, we might not. We might just take the territory while we're just sitting on him. We'll see what happens. Up here, we've got living troops and skeletons moving into Sulfuria. We'll take that, and then we'll try and take giants as well. Doesn't look like a Goth is here at the moment. And down here, I'm moving the Fenris Pelt on the scout to meet up with Vigorous Skeleton. He seems like the best candidate to put it on, because it makes you berserk. So you don't really want to put that on a weak commander or a mage. Makes sense to me that we put it on the best kind of commander chassis we have, which at the moment is this Bane, so seems like a good candidate. So the Bane and all the whites can actually move from Gorillion all the way to Lombaria in one movement. So they'll attack that and we'll drop off the Fenris Pelt on them as well. The other guys in Edril will just take Pepper Plain, so more skeletons with the couple of spellcasters. And I think that's it for movement. So we're moving into 4 provinces this turn, including Calum. So far, so good. Things seem okay. There was a question of whether or not we get this turn or Agartha does. I guess we just move as quickly as possible to secure it. Maybe that's the next place the whites go to. Not sure. Anyway, that's it for this turn. I'm just going to briefly submit a partial while I check the video, because I'm the last person to take my turn. I'll see you in a moment. Hello, welcome back. First up, Ind has claimed the Iron Throne. So another player is on the board. Lots of battles then. All of ours were successful. There was nothing patrolling Calum, so there's some PD here. I did realise something though. I have all of my mages scripted to cast Skeletal Body, and I think Twist Fate, or Personal Luck. Except the Grand Thaumaturgs, who just do like Divine Blessing and stuff on turn 1. And at some point in this battle, I don't know when it happens exactly, but I think one of my Grand Thaumaturgs gets hit by an arrow and just dies. So lesson learned, you know. I've changed the script slightly so that they actually do some self-buffs first. Oops. Yeah, so there's Calum. So just randomly lost a Grand Thaumaturg, unfortunately. Bit of a shame, you know. What can you do? Some other battles then, we moved into the Lombaria with the whites, that's no problem. Sulfuria, moved a bunch of skeletons in, no problem. Pepper Plain, we lost quite a few skeletons. But that's okay, there were some units here. We also saw Agartha moving into an empty province. We saw Agartha taking one of Calum's forts. So Agartha takes this, but surprising number of losses. Let's see what happens. So Calum has the cool Ice Fortress. How do so many infantry die? Is he gonna kill his own dudes? Or is it Thunderstrike spam, or... Oh, the Living Mercury's poisoned them. Maybe that's it. Oh, they're gonna get clogged in the gate now as well with the heat aura from these guys? No, they can't get set on fire in Calum's Dominion, right? It's gonna be all cold. Must just be the Living Mercuries, I think. It's gonna kill a load of stuff. What are they even fighting? Oh, the Wall Guarders. The Wall Defenders. Oh, something did get lit on fire as well. Yeah, I mean, I guess troops with auras are just a huge liability in fort storms. We're all dying of poison now. Yeah, so he lost 48 heavy infantry. It's 480 gold. I guess that's not nothing. lost the mage somehow. Interesting one. We also spied Cassia attacking man. I don't think this is a fort still, no, just some PD. Some wyverns here, though. So, cool Cassian army. We have a siege nightmare. Some ministry crossbowmen. Mana guardsmen. And some mountain retinues. Death weapons, solar weapons, poison resistance, fire resistance, magic resistance. Who's this guy? Tian Long, the Red Turban Sorcerer. Wonder if that's a hero. Who knows? So there we go. There's Cassia putting man under siege as well. Interesting. Unexpected event in Rank's Folly. We got 158 gold and some Dominion. It's very nice. We saw some independents attacking Shiniyama and winning. We discovered a Etesian scout, finished our fort, cracked open Calum in one turn, so yeah, it's pretty empty. And Marignon has been permanently vanquished. So farewell to them. Okay, so here's how the map looks now. Looks like Cassia is at war with man. Looks like man is out, though. They've gone AI as well. Farewell to man. So I also got a message on the Discord at the start of this turn from Cassia. And he just kind of let me know that Agartha was trying to get Cassia to attack me. So that's something to keep in mind. Agartha looks huge, by the way. They extend all the way from here to here, at a minimum. They have a lot of territory. They have 3 thrones easily in reach. This would be 4 if they get that one as well. And they're pretty huge. Okay, but first order of business, right. This thing. So this thing casts... I'll actually show off the howl so that you know what I'm talking about as well. So the level 5 conjuration spell, Howl, is no longer a battlefield enchantment. It just summons 7 plus 1 per level wolves from the edge of the battlefield. So you can have multiple nature mages all casting this multiple times, so you just continuously bring in wolves if you want to. And this will also then stack with the battlefield enchantment too. But it's not the battlefield enchantment. You do have to keep casting this if you want more wolves. So it's just an edge of battlefield summon that scales quite well. So that's Howl at level 5. And then Redolent Howl at 7 is the battlefield enchantment Howl. So Howl that you know and love is later in the book. I have fixed the mod though, so this does now work. It didn't have the right effect number. So now it does. So now Redolent Howl is fixed, which means Fenris Spell is also fixed. So since this definitely works, I'm going to bring this over to Calum, because having instacast Howl is such a huge boost in any fight. It seems insane not to just immediately put this on the big 4 army. Because it's very likely Calum breaks siege, because he has no forts anymore, which means he has no income. Which means he's probably losing an awful lot of troops, if he even has any left, because I mean we cracked this fort open pretty quickly. So at the moment I'm moving the Fenris Spell over towards Calum. I'm also bringing out another Grand Thaumaturg to replace the one that died. Moving to Berman Highs. I can't get all the way to Calum in one turn, unfortunately. And while that's happening, I'm just preaching. So we have an awful lot of priests here. I'm just going to have everyone preach. We'll try and wipe out some of Calum's Dominion. We're about to go into winter, which is when Calum's going to be... Well, no, it's early fall. It's not that close, but I mean, it is cold 3 in Calum's cap. I'm going to try and preach. We'll see if we can just get rid of some of the Dominion. I don't know. Would be nice. His god is definitely in this fort. We'll see what we can do. For now, that's all I'm really doing. I've also got some priests in Mighty Pillars preaching as well. I think there's one in Impassable too. There's a bit of preaching going on in this region. We do only have Dominion 5 still. So I don't think we're going to do a huge amount of Dominion push in this region, but I mean, we'll try. Since we can crack this fort open in one turn whenever we want to. So yeah. I'll just preach for now. I'll get another Grand Thaumaturg back over, move the Fenris Pelt over. And now what I would like to do is very quickly attack Dragon Ridge to take the Throne Province away from Caelan, which would also burn down a temple. I really want to do that before Agartha gets it, because Agartha's going to move here and then here next turn, I think. Unfortunately, the scout report says the local province event is exceptionally powerful and very well organized. So there's going to be a lot of PD here. And Pepper Plain is the province where we just lost a bunch of Skellies. So there isn't much left here. I'm not sure if we could beat exceptionally powerful and very well organized. I think that's over 30 maybe? I'm not sure. It's a lot of PD anyway. So I could just YOLO and just charge in, just hope the few nether bolts we have carries us. And that is tempting. I'm just going to move up to Palia. I'm going to merge up with all these dudes. We'll have a bigger force, and then we can try moving into Dragon Ridge next turn if Agartha hasn't moved. But I think Agartha's going to move, right? I don't know. So that's that movement. Whites are going here. Some militia are going to attack Giant's Rest. We'll see if that's successful, I don't know. Best of luck to them. Hopefully they can take it. And on the off chance this province is just empty and has no PD, I'm just randomly attacking it with a scout, because you never know. I think he took this province off Agartha, so it's possible it has no PD. I'm not sure. We'll give it a shot though, why not? I think that's it for this turn though. I am site searching Oak Halls for nature this turn. See if we find something. I've started upgrading the fort in Impassable Mountains to a fortress. And I think we have our priests everywhere now in the ones that are already built. There's just one more to get in Lost Canyon range. But we've got 2 commander points, so I'm getting 2. And then I'll switch this one to mages too. And the other interesting movement is another bunch of patrollers coming out to Edril. So we can build a temple here as well, which would be useful. Useful just for putting Dominion around here, I suppose, in the short term. And then useful as well because we need it to recruit the Shaman. But that is it for turn 30. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying it, and I'll see you next time.